can't deny. And when he says it, I'm out.
After negotiation, 13,000 was agreed on to be paid to Justice Ajetunasam. It was a tricky situation before meeting the judge.
Human rights issue, the way our officer from the name is
Justice Ajetunasam, on accepting the money, told Tiger to bring the rest of the 2,000 Ghana cedis balance and to also come with Bernard Salah, who was at large, so that they would know what to do in order to first of all reverse the warrant on his head and to finally pass a judgment in his favor.
I even told him that he has to bring Bernard Salah.
Because his face
a lot of people. So you have to get Bernard Salah.
Okay. Okay, my lord.
What we can do is that on the 7th of October, we bring him here. Then I'll make the entrance.
Before the real date.
Yeah.
Okay, my lord.
So maybe by 10 o'clock, we bring him here.
Okay, my lord.
So you pass by my place, I'll bring the record book.
Okay.
The same record
No,
book.
we can even use that record.
Okay.
Okay, my lord. Okay.
But since you said 10, it should be 10.
10. Yes, my lord. We will really do that. Okay. Thank you very much, my lord, for it.
Poised to collect the rest of his money, Justice Ajetunasam called us for a meeting to give him his balance. We deliberately gave him 1,000 cedis to prolong our encounter with him. He met us at Zongo Junction in Accra to collect it.
You, my lord.
What? You make it suffice.
It's from the letter, you know the issue. Sure, he will be coming next week.
Next week, okay. Well, I believe that there will not be any this big bag you are carrying.
Because I just have to.
Why not?
For the remaining 1,000 Ghana cedis, we had to go to his house and pay, this time with a male goat. Weeks later, we got information that Justice Ajetunasam had been assigned by the Chief Justice to the Cocoa Affairs Court building. His clerk took his share, and there was Justice Ajetunasam taking his share and putting it under his table. He threw out the contempt case. After some months, we identified a rape case considered as one of the criminal and punishable offences under Ghana's criminal code. We then identified Charles, a driver to the judge, also known as a middleman in the sale of justice. A few days later, he called to say the judge was willing to see us on only one non-negotiable condition: a payment of 2,000 Ghana cedis. The driver led us to the judge, who took the 2,000 Ghana cedis from us, being representatives of the criminal suspect.
Well, you are welcome. Thank you, sir. Why have you come?
The king was executed you.
Okay.
Yes, 10 months.
That's all what I was asking.
Okay, my lord.
This camp executed for you for our opposition.
Oh,
Oh, my lord.
Don't worry, my lord.
but I beg you, and sit down. Sit down. What's your name?
I'm Idris Ishmael.
Please. You know our work, these things are very dangerous.
Yes, sir.
So you are 2, and I'm
3.
Yeah, 3. Please let this thing remain in this room.
Okay, my lord.
the suspect was acquitted and discharged.
My lord. Thank you very much.
Mami Sewa. Then you can.
Okay. So thank you, my lord.
We decided to follow a case which involved one man suing another for fraud. To get to the judge, we needed to pass through Mr. Chwe. On the day he proposed for seeing the judge, we prepared the amount of 2,000 Ghana cedis that he demanded. He then took us to the judge.
What is the defendant?
Asian car.
What's the name of the boy?
The what?
The defendant, Abu Alas and Elias DJ.
The judge wanted us out before accepting the bribe money.
I want to look at everywhere. Same people, you know. When come to another talk, you will tell me. You will tell me. That's why you think.
What is the problem?
No, I'm not. No, listen. I'm not saying. He's saying that you go out. You know what to tell me. Then when you finish, you come in. This is not in the case I just started. But then if you know him, you can even come here without me. So this is what he likes. So if you don't understand, then we go. We are waiting and he wants to sleep.
When we didn't, he walked out.
My lord, you already? Oh yeah. I not know whether somebody is having a picture of us.
Oh, impossible.
Put it here. Don't put it down here.
Put it down.
We were adamant, left the money on the judge's table and exited. With Chwe, it was such an eventful process. It was the Republic versus Kwame Jato, a suspect in a narcotics case. We told Mayor we were intervening on behalf of the accused who was about to be sentenced. Mayor agreed to help. In the judge's house, things happened swiftly. Mayor introduced us, handed over the money to the judge in a brown envelope, and the judge gave us assurance that he will act on our request. It was clear that Mayor did not want us to talk about money with the judge. This could be because he wanted us to avoid any mention of the faceless state attorney that he was supposedly giving the other 5,000 cedis to.
Would that be the judge? You have never seen him before.
To find out the truth, we decided to go back to the judge. This time, without Mayor. We took along a ram, a symbolic gesture of appreciation for his promises and assurance. To our mild disappointment, the judge said he preferred a goat to a ram.
If it's this morning, I asked my wife to look for somebody to send to Tulaku to buy me a goat.
But my lord, if you want, I'll bring a goat too.
I gave you some money.
He took 6,000.
The judge was shocked at Mayor's behavior.
And later on, he came and told me that
he talked that you say you don't have money, so what you could get was 5,000. What have you done that
you collect those money? Okay, thank you.
So what about that? So will you come in the morning or evening time?
I'll come in the evening.
Okay.
Days later, we took the goat, Justice Peter Derry's preferred gift, along with the remaining balance.
Balance like 1,000. This is the first. But is he going to set free?
Yeah, no,
It all worked in favor of Kwame Jato, the man standing trial for narcotics. Our checks with the Attorney General's Department shows that the man was freed. You bet the true price of justice in these parts. We contacted Madam Peace, who we found to be a strongest link for reaching the judge.
Elderly people say
you can't go empty-handed.
So now the ball is in your court.
When we asked how much the judge would need to carry out injustice in favor of the murderer, she said,
It's you who need help. So it is you who come out and maybe say this.
What about 2,500? Yours is nothing. Yours here will treat you special after the help is done.
I will inform him.
Okay.
You don't remove anything here. Can I get the rubber? Okay, you give it to me.
We decided to make part payments to her in order to sustain her interest.
When would I need you again?
I will be going to see him.
Okay.
And then tell him your assurance, and then I'll call you and then bring you the money.
Okay. By our next meeting, we had organized the money, and after court proceedings one day, we handed it to the judge in his chambers by placing it on his table. He grabbed it swiftly and threw it into his desk drawer.
So he will be free, my love.
Well, for now, yeah. Okay, so that is the
Peace also got her balance. About a month later, John Broby was free.